Hello everybody and welcome back to the FC25 Career Mode Dream Team series. We have very nearly wrapped up the league title. As you can see here, 5 games to go, 12 points clear of Aston Villa in second place. Villa can get a maximum of, not 77 points, of 87 points. We of course will be on 87 points if we win our next Premier League game with a much better goal difference. And Villa have to go away to 6th place Newcastle, so who knows? Maybe they might drop points there and we can have the title won if we get a result up against Brentford. But before then, we do have the FA Cup semi-final up against Manchester United, who I am recording this less than 24 hours after Grimsby have knocked them out of the League Cup. That's a sentence I never thought I would say, but here we are. Oh my god, I hate football sometimes, but we were knocked out of the Champions League, unfortunately, in the last episode. As you can see here, Leipzig did beat us in the quarterfinals, so there will be no quadruple this season. But look, I will do a Season 3, but I'm not going to do it from start to finish. I'm purely just going to focus on the Champions League. Even if it's not a quadruple, I need to win a Champions League with an Oxford United team in career mode, so I will get on that in the third season. But yeah, I think the quadruple dream I've basically given up on. I can't see us winning it by me simming through the season, because I'm going to sim through a lot of Season 3 and hopefully get through the Champions League. And listen, anything else on top of that will be a bonus. Of course, we already won the League Cup against Chelsea recently, and now we have a chance to get into an FA Cup final for ourselves, and also, as I say, to seal a Premier League title. So listen, with all that said, let's get into it. The FA Cup semi-final at Wembley up against the Red Devils. Okay, this is kind of annoying because I've made a mistake here that I said I wouldn't make again, and I bloody did it. I forgot to hit record for the first half, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this has happened again. So I was half thinking of just picking it up from the second half and showing you the highlights of the first half afterwards. But what I've decided to do is I'm just going to show you the highlights here, and we will play the FA Cup final in this episode. Because as you can see here, we did advance through to the FA Cup final. Cole Palmer got us off to a great start here. What a strike that is. He has been player of the season. Absolutely no doubt about it. He's come up clutch so many times, and look at that for a finish. The man who got the winner here in the League Cup final against Chelsea gets the opening goal here in the FA Cup semi-final. Then he was the man who assisted the second goal. Really good ball there into Jonathan David. He doubled our advantage. Look at who was starting for Manchester United at centre-back there. Paddy McNair. So for the second time, United have re-signed a Northern Irish centre-back that came up through the academy, and he was starting this game, and he was captain as well. Bruno Fernandes was not captain, Paddy McNair was. Now, they did take him off at half-time, but still, what an odd signing, honestly. At least with Johnny Evans, he was a former title winner. Paddy McNair, with all due respect, didn't exactly light up the world at Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, though, the real-life captain for United, did pull one back for them here from the penalty spot. Lenny Yoro was a bit unlucky with the tackle, took out, I believe it was Xerxes he took out in the box, and Bruno, I mean, even if Simon had guessed the right way, there was no getting that. Absolutely fantastic strike there from the Portuguese Magnifico. But I tell you what, Alejandro Garnacho, in real life I would be absolutely disgusted at this, but in this game I'll gladly take it. He doubled our advantage yet again. Great ball there by Jonathan David. Garnacho then with the finish. Empty net to aim at, basically, and that was 3-1 to the Dream Team. I decided to make him show some respect against United here. He didn't celebrate, although I know if this was real life, he absolutely would have celebrated. Then Jonathan David put the icing on top of the cake with a lovely finish there. His second, our fourth, and we are in the FA Cup final. A domestic treble looming large for us. Let's find out who we will be playing, though, in the FA Cup final in this episode. And once again, it's a London team we will be playing in a cup final. It was Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Now it's Arsenal here in the FA Cup. The FA Cup's most successful team as well, so this should be a very interesting game. They beat us on the final day of the Premier League last season to take that trophy away from us. Let's get some revenge here by taking the FA Cup away from them. So it is Brentford at home up next. They are in 14th place. A win here for us, lads, basically seals the Premier League title. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play the highlights, but I'll show them to you as I'm playing them as opposed to showing you after the fact. Full strength team. There was one change though I was going to make though. Lenny Yoro has been asking to play an awful lot lately, so I'll take out Martinez. I'll bring in Yoro. He was very good in the FA Cup semi-final, to be fair. He did give away a penalty, but it wasn't entirely his fault. He was a bit unlucky. So we'll start Brooks and Yoro alongside each other, and let's see if this is the game that seals us our first Premier League title of the series. So we get things kicked off. Who is going to get the first highlight of the game though? It's actually going to be Brentford. A free kick here, just inside the 20-minute mark. Herrera's going to take it. Dinks it in. Let's get that away. Can we get a counter-attack from here? No, they're not going to give it to us, but they are going to give us the next attack, which is a counter-attack. Can we produce something from this? Here's Cole Palmer. The player of the season for me, no doubt about it. Rasmus Højlund loses it way too easily there. And now we get a corner, which basically they may as well have given the next highlight to Brentford, because it's very, very rare we do anything from corner kicks. I'm going to take this one short. Here's Timber. Koundé. And now Palmer on his right foot, but can he create something here? Oh, come on! We hadn't fully lost the ball. We could have created something there. I think they've gave up on that highlight a bit too early. Anyways, here's Rasmus. Can he see Gordon? Yes, he can. Anthony Gordon. We didn't actually bring on in the FA Cup semi-final, but he starts here today, and right before the half-time break, gives us the lead. Brilliant finish there. Rasmus did really well to pick him out. He's not just a great goal scorer, Rasmus Højlund, in this game. He's also very good at setting up the goals. And he set up a really good one there, and we are 1-0 up. Already gone to the 63rd minute, and it is Brentford who will get the attack. Let's see if we can stop them from creating something here. Oh, Brooks just missed the tackle. They have a bit of a gap to run into now. Yoro, oh my god. Good save by Simon. Yoro was a bit too easy to beat there. We are going to get the... Why would you give us the counter-attack from here and not when we were closer to their half? Anyways, let's see though if we can create something from this. Here's Gordon. Has he scored the goal to put us on our way to winning the league title? Plays in Rasmus, but he loses it again. It's another counter-attack, I think, here. Yes, it is. 20 minutes to go. Kone has come off the bench now. Into Anthony Gordon. Go on, make the run, Rasmus. Make the run. Nice ball. Gordon's got into the middle. He finds him. Garnacho, Alejandro Garnacho has doubled our advantage, and surely that is going to be that. He comes off the bench in this game, gets his goal, and has he gotten us our Premier League title? The fans certainly think so with how they're celebrating. Is there going to be any more attacks? Yes, there is. We get a solo run this time. But he's up against two defenders here. Garnacho, he's going to have to turn around. Gives it to Rasmus. Oh, another good turn there by Rasmus Højlund. Have a strike, lad. Why not? Can't bloody speak. Puts it just wide of the post. And we get another attack. Bloody hell. The highlights are weird. They either give you a shitload of attacks in the last, 20 minutes or so, or you'll get, 2 or 3 highlights in the first half, 1 in the second half, and that'll be that. It's very, very strange. We can't do anything from there, but I'll happily have the whistle blow now. Oh, of course, he gives him a bloody penalty. 2 minutes to go. Wissa looks to pull one back here for Brentford. Again, Unai Simon. Why was there such a delay? Why was there such a delay in him diving? Thankfully, it doesn't mean anything in the end. We don't get the clean sheet, but we do get the 3 points. Have we won the league title? Are they going to celebrate like they've won the league? Not quite yet. I'm not sure if Villa had actually played yet. Maybe they haven't played Newcastle yet. We'll have a look at the Premier League table though. But basically, lads, the title is as good as won. Aston Villa actually did beat Newcastle at St James's Park, so they still technically are in this title race. But again, lads, it's just a case of them delaying the inevitable. It would take a monstrosity of a bottle job for us not to win the league here. But unfortunately, we haven't quite sealed it yet, but we are very nearly there. So it's West Ham United away from home up next. They're in 10th place, so not doing too bad, to be fair. But I am going to quick sim this one. It's an away game, so we wouldn't celebrate with the Premier League trophy anyway, because we still have more home games to go, even if we do win the league in this episode, or in this game, I should say. So I feel comfortable quick simming it. We have a full strength team. It's a week before the FA Cup final. We do have another game in midweek, which I feel comfortable rotating in. I think it's actually against Aston Villa as well, so hopefully we can have the league wrapped up before then. Let's see, can we get a win here at the London Stadium? Yes, we do. Cole Palmer is the man who ends up getting the winner. Rasmus got a goal as well. Palmer opened up the scoring for us too, and we do win this game 3-2. Have we now won a Premier League title as well? Yes, we have. I saw it there before I went into the Premier League table. Villa drew 2-2 with Brighton, so they can no longer match us on points. We have officially won the Premier League title, and our next game, ironically, is against Aston Villa. I am going to heavily rotate in that game because we do have an FA Cup final afterwards. City have actually jumped above them, but they have played a game extra. They, of course, were already knocked out of the title race, but we have now officially won it. We've sealed the double. Now can we go on and win a domestic treble? It is Aston Villa up next. I don't think we'd celebrate with the Premier League trophy in this game. I'm pretty sure they'll keep it until the last home game of the season. So at least I'm hoping that's the case. I'll be really annoyed if we don't see the trophy lift. But whatever, I am still going to quick sim this game. I've made a few changes. Rasmus does stay in the team because Jonathan David will start in the FA Cup final. But other than that, we have made quite a few changes. We've already won the league, so the result doesn't really matter. But we still get a 1-0 win. Christensen from left back in the 70th minute seals the 3 points here and gets us a clean sheet as well. Lovely stuff. But we once again return to Wembley for the third time this season. We won the League Cup final here against Chelsea. We beat Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final. And now we take on Arsenal here to win, hopefully, our third domestic trophy of the season. And in the Oxford FC24 career mode, we actually didn't win the FA Cup in that series. So hopefully we can make up for it here. I see that there where it says third place between Villa and United. They don't do a third place trophy in the FA Cup. Unless, have they introduced that this year and I just don't know about it? I don't know, I haven't heard anything about that. But I don't know, it's just a weird thing to show. Unless, as I say, unless they have added that in real life and I just didn't know about it. But whatever. But as I said earlier, Arsenal did beat us on the final day of the season last year in a crazy title race where basically it was a Premier League Cup final. Both of us were going for the title on the final day. We only needed a draw and they came to our place and beat us 3-1, which was very, very annoying. It looks like they've gone with quite a strong team as well here, Arsenal. We have gone with a fairly strong team as well. Lenny Yoro is starting alongside Phil Brooks at the back. I have decided to stick with Jonathan David up front because he has been prolific in the Cups. Dazen Maeda starts as well on the left-hand side. But other than that, it is our strongest team possible. David Raya is on the bench for Arsenal, to be fair. But just looking at their team there, I think they've basically gone with as strong a team as you could expect from them. But hopefully it won't be strong enough to beat us this time round. We get things going here in the FA Cup final. Can we seal a domestic treble? Let's be having you, Arsenal. It's important we get off to a good start here, just like we did against United when Palmer scored that absolute beauty to open up proceedings. Jonathan David. Oh, we do get off the perfect start. Absolutely fantastic. I told you, he has been prolific in the cup competitions. That's why we gave him the start here today. I rested him against Villa. Didn't even have him on the bench. But he started here against Arsenal, and what a start it is as well. It's such a shame they're picking this crappy POV camera, even though that's not the worst angle I've ever seen from one of those camera shots, to be fair. But this will be even better. Great run by Hjulman. Jonathan David just outside the box. Beautiful strike. Keeper was not stopping that. And we are a goal to the good here. Arsenal 0. The Oxford United FC 25 Career Mode Dream Team 1. God, there's a mouthful. But it's the perfect start to this cup final. Let's hope now we can hold on to this lead. Good tackle there by Lenny Yoro, who has played really, really well anytime I've brought him in lately. He was phenomenal in the cup semi-final. He really was. As I said, the penalty wasn't really his fault. It was more on me mistiming the tackle, but I knew after that game that I had to start him here in the FA Cup final. I really did. Can we double our advantage here? Basically right after scoring the first, it's Olise, who I did decide to keep in the team over Garnacho. Probably overplayed that there slightly. I was going to see if I could round the keeper. Should have just had the shot. Especially now that Arsenal are on the attack again with Martinelli. Havertz, he's going to go for the power shot. Lenny Yoro with an excellent block. Oh, I tell you what. Martinelli followed up then with the shot that was very, very close. Maybe it looked a bit closer in real time, to be fair. But it is a warning sign. Arsenal are still very much in this game. Here's Timber up against his brother, of course, today. Here's Olise now. Must be a very awkward conversation afterwards, beating your brother in a cup final. But anyways, great run here by Olise. And a brilliant finish as well by Olise. 18 minutes in here. 2-0 up in the FA Cup final. And so far, it has been plain sailing. Now, don't get me wrong. Lots of football left to be played. I am not underestimating Arsenal, despite the fact that we have just beaten their goalkeeper for a second time. Of course, Mazraoui's playing for them as well. We did actually sell him to Arsenal in this career mode. But a really, really good finish there from our January signing. One of our January signings, at least. Again, it was a tough call between him and Garnacho. Garnacho did really well in the semi-final too, but Olise just gave me the best feeling. I felt like Garnacho would be a better player to bring off the bench. And so far, I've been justified in my decision because Olise has gotten the goal here. That's going to be a free kick. It's in a very dangerous position as well. Have to get a man on the line here. As Marino and Odegaard both step over it. Odegaard takes it. And Hjulman gets it off the line. Brilliantly done. And Lenny Yoro does really well to shield that there. Couldn't find Kirkes though. Arsenal still have it here at Marino. Havertz. Oh my god. So annoying. That is such an annoying goal to concede. We defended the free kick so well. Yoro, in particular, did excellent. Kirkes, though, just got dispossessed. And the ball ends up in the back of our net. And Arsenal are right back in this game. I've almost accepted coming into every game that a clean sheet is just not possible. Unless we play the highlights of a game, we just ain't going to keep a clean sheet. That's the way it feels a lot of the time. But anyways, whatever. Still have the lead here. Still confident we can get the job done. Can we make it 3-1 here though? Great ball over the top by Timber. Jonathan David. Oh, just not enough power. I was going to try and see if I could lob it over Bulka. But it, unfortunately, it didn't even bloody reach the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had to bloody go for it himself to actually get the ball. And now Arsenal are on the attack here again. Oh, don't concede again, lads. We've done too well here to kick things off. To concede another one, I tell you what. Was he onside there, Kai Havertz? No, he wasn't. He's just offside. Oh, I tell you what, we've kind of gotten away with one there. Simon did well to save it, but Arsenal looking dangerous yet again. Yeah, I think we really need this third goal. Let's try and hold on to the ball for a bit, though. Run down the clock a wee bit. Again, we're not chasing this game, they are. Oh, Maeda. Bad place to give away that ball. Oh, Phil Brooks. Couldn't win that header. Here's Saka. Martinelli. Oh, good block again. I think it was Lenny Yoro again. Come on. Olise on the run. Into Jonathan David. You got two in the semi-final. What can he do here in the final itself? Kunde now. Making a good run, but there's nobody in the box. There is now. Olise. No. David, please win that. Headed away. Kunde wins the header, but again it goes right back to an Arsenal player. But we will get the throw in here right before the last minute of normal time here. 2 added minutes in this first half. Cole Palmer, play him in. Back to Palmer. Palmer. Oh, good save. Really good save from Bulka here. We will get a corner though right at the end of the half. May as well whip it in. Oh, Yoro wins the header, but heads it just wide. 2-1 up here at half-time in the FA Cup final. Got off to a great start, 2 goals inside the opening 18 minutes. Kai Havertz did pull one back for Arsenal 5 minutes later though, so it's still all to play for here in the second 45 minutes of this cup final. I haven't changed anything for us at half-time. Trying to keep an eye out here to see if Arsenal have changed anything. But let's hope that we can keep the scoreline the way it is for now. And let's hope they don't get an immediate equaliser here. Arsenal with Martinelli. Oh my god, I thought that was going to sneak in. Simon with the save. I was tempted to give Kelleher some of the cup games. We did play him against Luton, but I did feel like it was probably just best we kept playing Unai Simon. Oh no. Oh, when I saw the power shot coming there, I was really worried. Kai Havertz has gone down injured there, so they may have to take him off in a second. Kirkes though with a good ball into Dazen Maeda, another player who's been prolific in the cup this season. Had a bit of a quiet game so far. He's gone on a good run though. Jonathan David just gets closed down. Palmer has his pass intercepted. Here come Arsenal again. Schulman looking to get stuck in, but he can't. Brilliant tackle by Phil Brooks. Oh, he got stuck in alright. I really do feel like a third goal would make it very, very difficult for Arsenal to get back into this. Can Elise get it? Yes, he can. He gets his second and our third. 3-1 up here in the FA Cup final. A goal for each trophy we've won this season. Although it's not over yet. It's not over yet. But we've put ourselves in a fantastic position here. Really, really good finish there from one of the heroes of our Montreal career mode. Here now in the Dream Team series, having a fantastic performance in the FA Cup final. It's a really good finish as well. And that has put us in a fantastic position with just over half an hour to go. 3-1 up. Can we hold on to this now? I still don't feel like the goal scoring is finished. I really don't. And I could definitely see Arsenal pulling another one back. Havertz is injured, but they have kept him on. Saka, good block by Brooks. But I think a fourth goal would definitely seal it for us. Jonathan David now. Good turn, but again they intercept it. They're just so heavy with their interceptions, the opposition. Great tackle there though by Phil Brooks. I was just about to say, I feel like when we make a tackle, it never goes right back to one of our players, but then it literally just did. Oh, he's done well to hold on to that. Retain possession, lovely stuff. Can I get a hat-trick here in the cup final, Elise? Good tackle by Tavares. Unlucky. Feel like I will make some changes the next time the ball goes out of play, just to freshen things up a little bit. And hopefully the next time the ball goes out of play is because we put the ball in the back of the net. David, he's in again. That's it, 4-1. That's it, lads. We have surely won the FA Cup. We've surely won a domestic treble. It may not be the quadruple, but still, it has been a phenomenal season for us domestically. Jonathan David, he really has made a difference in terms of having another option up front. Rasmus has been excellent, of course, especially in the Premier League. But Jonathan David has played all the FA Cup games. I think there's only one FA Cup game he didn't score in, if memory's serving me correctly. But thankfully that one was not the FA Cup final. Lovely little finish there from the Canadian. Scored for us in the Champions League final with Montreal, and now he's doing it here in the FA Cup final for the Dream Team. Right, Olise is knackered. He's had a great game, but now we will bring on Garnacho. Lenny Yoro, fantastic as well. I will bring on Lissandro Martinez, though, just to freshen things up a bit. And you know what? I fancy bringing on Scott McTominay for Timber, because why not? Any chance I get to use Scott McTominay, I would gladly take. Freshen things up here as well with 20 minutes to go. But Arsenal will not be adding to their FA Cup collection here, it seems. Now, in fairness, they've had chances. I don't think 4-1 tells the full story, but I do think we have been the better team overall. We've taken our chances. For the most part, they haven't, bar obviously the Kai Havertz goal. But can we make this a bit of a rout? Come on, I smell blood. I can smell blood. I'm like Dexter Morgan. Sometimes it sets my teeth on edge. But I would love to make this a humiliation. I mean, 4-1 is a big enough scoreline for a cup final, but I think 5 onwards is just, that's proper domination, really, isn't it? Oberkirkes loses out to Saka there. Of course, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Arsenal could find themselves back in this game if they get a goal here, which it looks like they will. No, they won't, because Unai Simon, I'll tell you what, we praise Sami Zayn for those saves. You have to give Simon credit for it as well. Absolutely excellent. Of course, Jonathan David is on a hat-trick as well. He's already gotten like 3 hat-tricks for us since joining us in January. He has been incredible. It'd be great for a cup final hat-trick. But he can't get one just yet. Martinelli now, over to Tavares. Come on, let's stop them from getting a second. Oh, I tell you what, that's a really good goal. That is a really good goal there from Kai Havertz. I mean, oh my goodness me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being an Arsenal fan? Being 4-1 down in the cup final with 4 minutes to go. You end up pulling a goal back. A really good goal as well, credit where it's due. And the players don't pick up the ball and run back to the centre circle. They go over behind the goal, do this silly little dance. Like, you would be absolutely fuming. As mad as Joe Turl is there about conceding a second, he's still injured, Havertz. God, they haven't taken him off at all. I'm going to make some more changes here just to run down the clock. I'm going to bring on Gordon. And, you know what, let's give Johnston a game as well. Koundé's a little bit tired. Johnston has played quite a few games in the FA Cup as well this season, so we'll give him his cup final appearance too. But 4-2, maybe it is a bit of a fair reflection on the game. Arsenal have had chances. They haven't been as clinical as us. So I don't think this is the most unfair scoreline I've ever seen. It's probably one of the most fair ones I've actually seen, to be fair. Take a shot there every time I say the word fair. But 3 added minutes in this cup final. I know this might be the most exciting football, lads. I'm just going to keep it here. I'm happy to take the scoreline 4-2. I think that's a completely balanced result and fair result based off how this game went. And there we have it, lads. The domestic treble has been sealed. A 4-2 win here against Arsenal. Revenge for what happened on the final day of last season. It's such a shame it couldn't be the quadruple, but listen, it's still a fantastic season. Every domestic trophy possible for us to win has been won. And I'm really going to enjoy these celebrations. We've really built a good squad here. Honestly, lads, I would love to do a full Season 3. It's just literally a case of not having the time. I will, however, though, jump into a Season 3, sim through it as much as I can, and I tell you what, if I get to the Champions League knockouts, then I'll do one final week where we just play Champions League and hopefully get to a final. But the yellow ribbons are on the trophy, but not for Arsenal to celebrate. It is, of course, for the Oxford United Dream Team to celebrate. Phil Brooks here had a very good performance. Comes up to lift up his 2nd cup trophy of the season. And of course, we still have to lift the Premier League title after winning that. But here today against Arsenal, we have sealed the FA Cup. Beautiful stuff. Really good final performance as well. And I'm going to go quiet now and let you all enjoy the celebrations. Here now in the final home game of the season. I decided to use the simulation feature here. We're 3-1 up against our FC26 career mode first team in Everton, or our first FC26 career mode team I should say. 3-1 up, Rasmus with the hat-trick. Branthwaite ironically pulled one back for them. We actually did use him in the Manchester United career mode earlier this season, so he is eligible to be used in this career mode. But we will jump in here in the last minute and hopefully then celebrate with the Premier League trophy. Unai Simon can clear that away. We don't need any more goals. Didn't even make any subs in this game. I just kept it with the first team. Back to Simon again. He can clear it again. And that is that. Rasmus does bring home the match ball. But surely now we celebrate with the Premier League trophy. It is the final home game of the season. I'm really hoping I've done this right. Yes, the players are acting like they've just won the league title. It was won ages ago. But now we finally will get to celebrate with it. I know you always have to watch the team celebrate with the Premier League trophy. We've just watched us celebrate with the FA Cup. And hopefully this... I mean, the Everton fans are going mental there in the away end. Bloody hell, you'd swear they won the league. Maybe they're just excited about their new manager coming up there in a few weeks. Oh, lads, I'm very excited for the Everton career mode. It's almost poetic that we're lifting the trophy up here against them. Could this be the other way around in that series? But listen, we'll focus on that then. Let's focus on this now. The players coming up to... I was going to say get their medals. I really wish they included that animation where you give medals to the players. But regardless of that, for the third time this season, Phil Brooks comes up to the podium to lift up a trophy. First it was the League Cup, then the FA Cup, and now it is the Premier League title. Oh, you love to see it. It's been a very successful season. Obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed with how the Champions League went, but still, I don't want that to be the main theme of this episode, even though I keep bringing it up. I want to focus on the success as well. As Phil Brooks celebrates there yet again. I wish they'd include a cutscene as well where they'd pass around the trophy. It's kind of annoying how the captain is the only player who actually gets to lift it. Every player should have a taste of lifting up that trophy. They really should. But we celebrate here with our devout fans here at the JJ Arena. And I guarantee you, lads, if we do well in the Champions League next season, you will be seeing us lift that trophy as well. As I said, I'm not going to do it as a traditional season where I do it from start to finish. I'm going to sim through the first 6 months. I'll make some signings as well with players that are eligible. And hopefully we can get through the knockout rounds of the Champions League and win that as well. But for now, let's just focus on this, celebrating a domestic treble here with the Premier League title. Season here, we've gone with a completely rotated team. Even on the bench, I've included some players who've not played at all this season. Some of those youth academy players that we haven't sold on. Let's quick sim it here at the Vitality. We still get a win though, 3-2. Jonathan David, Garnacho and Christensen. Bloody hell, he loves scoring in sim games. Get the 3 goals, give us the 3 points here on the final day, and that means we have 99 points here in this Premier League campaign. What a season. And we do have a player of the scene cutscene here. I feel like they're going to give it to Rasmus, even though for me it should be Cole Palmer. But let's see. Yeah, they always give it to the top goal scorer. I don't want to shit on Rasmus too much. I just believe that it should have been Cole Palmer getting this honour. He was absolutely fantastic this season. But listen, Rasmus was excellent as well. The main talisman. We will show the stats here afterwards. But I still think it should have been Cole Palmer. But again, I shouldn't be taking away this moment from one of my players. Congratulations, Rasmus. That's how the final Premier League table is looking. Top of the league with 99 points. So close to a quadruple and so close to being Centurions. But listen, whatever. As Roy Keane once said, it doesn't tell you on the back of the medal how many points you won it by or how many points you earned. The main thing is you have the winner's medal at the end of the season. But 32 wins, 3 draws, 3 defeats, 104 goals scored, 48 conceded. We definitely were better defensively this season, although there were better defensive teams than us. But listen, whatever, it's still one of our better performances in that regard, and a very, very successful campaign. Arsenal there in second, City and Villa wrap up the top 4, Liverpool in 5th, Spurs in 6th, Newcastle in 7th. So those are all the teams that will play European football next season, because of course we won both the domestic cups, so 6th and 7th will get the Europa League and Conference League places from then. United down in 10th. It's a sad state of affairs that in real life I'd be thrilled with that, honestly. The relegation zone then, Sheffield United, Everton and Birmingham City. So I tell you what, maybe that's why Everton were celebrating. They're excited that in a few weeks they're going to have a new manager taking over who surely is going to bring them the success that he's brought to this team here with Oxford United as the FC25 Career Mode Dream Team. Who's in the Champions League final? Oh, okay. Liverpool are in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. So if they win that, then who came fourth again? Aston Villa would miss out on Champions League football. In real life, that wouldn't happen, but in the game, if a team wins a European trophy and finishes outside the top 4, they take it off the 4th place team, whether it's the Champions League or the Europa League. So Villa will all be hoping that Real Madrid get the job done there. Roma did win the Europa League. The Conference League final will be between Newcastle and Bologna, so very interested to see what happens there. In fact, let's just sim in a few days and see what actually happens in those cup finals. Conference League final, Bologna did defeat Newcastle by 3-2, so no European trophy for the Toon Army. Commiserations to them. The Champions League, I'm going to build up the suspense for the Villa fans. Aston Villa will be playing in the Champions League next season because Real Madrid did defeat Liverpool by 2-1. Death, taxes, and Real Madrid beating Liverpool in the Champions League final. You can just guarantee all of those things are going to happen. Something else you could add to that list, to be fair, is Rasmus Højlund being an absolute beast in career mode. 55 goals and 21 assists in 52 appearances. I know it might seem harsh that I said that Cole Palmer deserved the Player of the Year over him, but Rasmus was absolutely fantastic, to be fair. But when you look at Palmer, 27 goals and 29 assists in 60 appearances. Both are incredible, but I just feel like Palmer is a more well-rounded player. Do you know what I mean? I just think that I just wish in the game they wouldn't just give it to the top goal scorer. I wish they'd take other parts of it into consideration as well, because Cole Palmer for me was by far my favourite player to use this season. But listen, it's great to have these two lads doing really well in the career mode. And look at that from Jonathan David, 19 goals and 18 appearances. I know some of those Champions League goals and appearances weren't for us, but still a very, very good season for him. 9 goals in the FA Cup in 5 games is absolutely crazy. It really, really is. Dazen Maeda there as well, 16 and 10 for a rotational player. That is actually really good. He actually outscored Anthony Gordon, and he only got 2 assists less than him in 10 less games. That gives us something to think about. Olise came in and did really well. 13 goals and 4 assists for him. 12 and 9 for Garnacho. So great to see that even the backup players could do the job as well. 11 and 12 for Gordon. He was decent. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. He was decent. Adam Idah played a lot less towards the end of the season, but still chipped in with 8 goals and 2 assists. Quinton Timber, 6 goals and 17 assists from the midfield. I think he went a little bit unnoticed at times, but he did have a very, very good season. 3 goals for Scott McTominay. I don't think that Champions League goal was for us. Maybe it was. It was either for us or for Napoli. I can't really remember. But still, one of my favourite players to use in career mode. Phil Brooks, rock solid at the back, to be fair. Hjulman with a very good season there as well. 13 assists from the midfield. Kone was a decent backup. Kirkes with a strong season at left back. Johnston and Christensen chipped in as well. Gomes didn't play too much, but still got a goal and 2 assists. 3 assists, actually, I should say. And yeah, a few other players chipped in there as well. So overall, very, very happy with the season. But I still think if we are going to go for a Champions League to wrap up this career mode, I still think there's 1 or 2 improvements we could go for. But lads, that will do it for this second season of the Dream Team career mode. As I've said a few times now, in the 3rd season, I'm not going to play the full campaign. I'm only going to focus on the Champions League. I'm going to sim through the league phase. I might play 1 or 2 of the games if it's quite close in terms of qualifying for the top 8. But in general, I am going to sim most of the league phase. And then hopefully we'll get into the knockout rounds and hopefully finally win a Champions League with an Oxford United team on the channel. I can't let it go without at least trying to win a Champions League with Oxford United. Even though, as I say, this is the Dream Team career mode where Oxford are just the club we're using to sign the players, I still want some form of Oxford United team to win the Champions League. So let's hope we can do it here in the final season. But lads, if you did enjoy this episode, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well if you have enjoyed this series or any other series we did in FC25. We are on the road to 700 subscribers, so I would love to hit that before the end of the year. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.